Hey, just real quick, in the video that you're about to see, um, I failed to mention a couple things that I had put in the video in the truck with the bad lighting that you're not going to see. And that was, I did know the person whose funeral that I had the opportunity to sing at tonight. And, and along with that, while the pastor was speaking, he said something that um, a quality, something that this person did that it's very close to home. So it just helps give a reminder of how real and how similar we are. Um, even though I had not seen this person in a while, I have been and still am and maintain close friendships with friends of his from that he grew up with. So um, there is a tie there, and again, you'll see I'm very blessed in this video. I'm very thankful, and it was my privilege and honor to perform at this service tonight. So, at any rate, a couple things hit close to home. I guess that's what I'm saying right now. But again, hope you enjoy the things I got to talking about coming up. So, check it out. Hey everyone, how are you? Hey, thanks for checking back in. I just wanted to do a quick little video tonight about singing at a funeral because I just literally got back home from singing at a funeral. And no, I didn't have a hat on when I did it. I just wear a hat all the time, most of the time. So I just put that back on, but just to let you know. But obviously I mentioned no names, no locations, no songs that I was asked to do. But if this, I debated doing this, but I did start this channel for live sound related content. So that's what we had tonight. So a couple days ago, or yesterday, and I think maybe a day before, a couple days ago, I put out a couple videos, and I knew about this coming up, but I had some other content that I wanted to put out, and so I did that. But I guess I just want to talk about what a privilege and an honor it is to be asked to do some type of performance or sing a song or two at a funeral. I just did a video in the truck when I pulled in the driveway, but the lighting was total crud, so it looked pretty dumb. So this came in, and we're just going to do it this way. So, I did those other videos last couple days on like the DXRA, what you guys thought about it, tone wise and stuff like that. If you didn't see that, go back and check it out if you would, and because I was looking for some thoughts on that. But for this right here, this is what I want to talk about. I think I already said it's an honor and a privilege to be asked to do that. And I had to look at this the last 4 or 5 days or so of prep, as this isn't your normal bar gig. You mess up on guitar, you mess up, you forget lyrics. It's probably going to be noticed more so than your typical bar gig. And that's to take away nothing from bar gigs, but when you do funerals, you have a very attentive crowd. They're all for a specific reason, and it's not about you. It's not about me tonight. So it's got to be good. It's got to be right. We've done funerals before. I've did them with Erin, my wife Erin. I did them with her before. Her great grandmother, out of state, over 100 years old, bless her soul. We did that. Some of her grandparents. I've even been asked to do original songs that I've written to do at those. And she did them with me. But this was my first time doing these, a funeral event solo. And I'm very thankful for that. So this may be geared towards someone who maybe has something like that coming up or have never done something like that. I'll just tell you what I did to prepare. in between the couple last videos that I made and normal life stuff, I came into our practice room and I recorded myself doing these two songs over and over. And one of the songs is not, I've never done live before that I recall, because I never felt I was strong in it. But yet last week or a couple weeks ago, I dropped a video about changing the key to fit your voice. And this one particular song that I wasn't strong at, I tried a few different ways, and actually I only had to drop it down half step to where it was my comfort zone. Didn't have to push nothing or anything, and it sounded natural. And I feel as a singer, that's the way it should be. It should be natural for you. So I think what I'm getting at is I tried to practice and practice and practice and do these songs, do them right, do them so right until you get them wrong. That's what I try to do, is just work these songs over and over, record myself, watch, just listen to myself, critique myself, because I knew that tonight had to be as best that I was able to do. So that's what I did. That was my prep. That was my practice for tonight. To sing at this funeral was to practice these songs over and over, acoustic and vocals, until I got them the very best that I personally was able to make them. Gear, because I know we're into gear, right? Or that's why I watch channels, because I'm into gear. I took a Yamaha DXR8, my Epiphone AJ220 SCE, my Yamaha MG10XU mixer, one speaker stand, and a mic stand, SM58. And you've probably heard me talk before, whenever we gig, we use, one speaker front of house, always got a floor monitor, 99% of the time, unless it's ears. But it's mostly floor monitor. This time I did the, behind and off to the side speaker thing, because, lots of things going on at a funeral. So that's kind of how I practiced. And I had a friend of mine, a couple friends of mine, I told them to master volume on that MG10XU, once I start, obviously I had it below our normal bar gig level, just, wanted them to adjust it to where it was comfortable for everybody. But I did take my system. On the flip side of that, I also prepared myself. I also did these songs just totally acoustic, right? Not plugged in. So whether it was sitting down or just standing up with the guitar, I practiced them. If I wasn't plugged in, I also practiced and recorded myself standing up with the guitar and just singing. I just didn't want to I didn't want to have to be in a situation where I had to really try to push my voice to where I couldn't hit notes properly and have to worry about strumming the guitar harder than I needed to, especially if I hit individual notes and stuff. So those are the things that I worked on and went there prepared for. I also called the funeral director and let them know that I was asked to come in, made sure everything was okay with them, and he was very gracious. Again, out of respect, not saying no names, places, but I just want to say that this gentleman was very gracious, and he left it up to me. He said he had he called an ambient mic. I've just kind of assumed a very omnidirectional microphone that you probably would find in funeral homes and stuff. Probably I think with the ceiling mounted speakers, and when they were talking, the pastor was talking and stuff, I was at the back and it came through very fine. I probably could have got away that way. But there were this was a person, who many said, left everyone before everyone thought, so I was anticipating something a little bit bigger. So I did bring the system. I'm glad I did. I don't know, when I walked in, they said, they were like, John, you probably got 100 people here, so at any rate, I used the system. If they left their mic on, their mic probably picked up some of it too, and as far as I know, everything was good. And I'm very blessed because I never got an applause at the end of any song before at a funeral. And I got I guess you could say a house applause at the end of this today. And it's not about me. What I'm saying is just being prepared. So if you, as the performer, ever have or have I've been asked to go play at a funeral home. That was my prep. Practice, practice, practice by yourself, record yourself, critique yourself best you can. Push yourself till you get it wrong. Because then you know you've got to the point where it's good. And that's what it needs to be. And I'm blessed and I'm thankful. I can get choked up pretty easy, and I'm okay with that. There's no shame in that. You know, maybe you can get choked up too. I actually meant to bring some sunglasses because I wore sunglasses before singing at a funeral. You know, just to help nobody see my eyes, but I forgot them tonight. So you've probably heard the thing before, you know, look at a wall, look at the back wall, look over the people's heads. You know, maybe this helps somebody. That's a lot of the times what I did. You know, at regular shows, I'll make a lot of eye contact with people because I want them to enjoy it. I feel when they enjoy it, it makes me do better. I'm sure it makes Aaron do better as performers. But this is different. So my focus was over their heads, a little bit of the ceiling, a little bit of the back wall, a little bit of the side wall. So there were some things said before I went up that really touched home for me, just like everybody that were there for the funeral. It touched them, you know it did, and that's okay. That's human. But as performers, or at least I'll talk about me, I know I had to put myself one level above that and be able to block that out and have that moment later or at a different time. And I will, and I'm good with that. So, anyways, I don't want this to go on too long. I just want to say that I'm thankful, and you as performers, if you ever get asked to do that, that's what I did. I practiced. These 1, 2, 3 songs, whatever you're asked to do. Record yourself, critique yourself, push yourself. Because they have to be as good as you can make them. And you have to feel the song too, because people will feel it with you. No matter if it's perfect or not. As long as you feel it, put your heart into it. So, I'm blessed. I'm thankful. You know, we have a show coming up this Saturday night, and it's you know, it's going to be a total different mindset. I'm thankful for that upcoming show. I'm thankful for tonight. So I hope that makes sense for everybody. Practice. Be ready to do it acoustically or unplugged. Be ready to do it plugged in. Whatever the situation requires. I'm glad I took our equipment. Glad I just, you know, took just a small PA, just a mixer and a speaker. And hey, if I had one of like the Bose, the S1 Pro, the new Mackie, that 8-inch Mackie battery powered speaker, or the JBL, you know, one of those speakers, if I had one of those, it would have been, you know, a couple less things to plug in, you know, type thing. But I didn't. I've still stuck with all powered equipment. So went over good. I'm happy. I'm thankful, and I truly feel for that family. I feel for your families, everybody's families who goes through something heartfelt, death, a tragedy, or something like that. So, and I'm very blessed, as you would be too, to be put in a position to deliver some type of performance that really means somebody, or means something to somebody. So, hope this makes sense. Thanks for sticking around and watching. Any questions on that or anything, just let me know. But thanks for tuning in, and God bless you. Appreciate it.